This is the greatest land grab in modern history. And you never learned about it because it happened in silence. While the British and French empires made headlines, Russia was executing a silent, masterful strategy that added millions of square miles to its territory. This is the untold story of the 19th century, a blueprint for imperial expansion that is more relevant today than ever. I'm going to show you the 3 ruthless rules Russia used to swallow an entire region without starting a world war. But their first attempt failed because of a deception so brutal. It's still taught in military schools that the target was Central Asia, a fractured world of ancient cities and nomadic tribes. Russia's first move was pure force. In 1717, an army marched into the Khiva Khanate. The Khan knew he couldn't win a straight fight, so he offered a truce and suggested the exhausted Russian troops rest in separate villages. It was a death sentence. The moment the Russians split up, they were ambushed and slaughtered to the last man. The commander was beheaded. This single betrayal scarred the Russian Empire for a century and forced them to invent a new, more insidious form of conquest. Russia learned that patience is deadlier than power. They abandoned grand invasions for a strategy of gradual absorption. They didn't send armies, they sent diplomats and traders. They built a line of forts that crept forward year after year, creating facts on the ground. Smaller tribes were offered protection and slowly became client states. It was a territorial cancer, spreading one village, one fortress at a time. When they finally tried another large invasion in 1839, it was defeated by a merciless winter. But even that failure just proved their new method was right. And it set the stage for a rogue general to make the boldest move of the entire campaign. The ultimate prize was the city of Tashkent, the New York of Central Asia. In 1865, General Mikhail Chernyov was ordered to secure the region. He decided to interpret his orders liberally. He launched a full-scale assault, took the city in. 2 days of bloody street fighting, and raised the Russian flag. He had blatantly disobeyed his commands. So what did the Tsar do? Did he court-martial him? He hailed him as a national hero, the Lion of Tashkent. The message was clear. In empire building, success forgives all sins. With Tashkent secured, the other major powers were isolated. But the final rule of conquest is the darkest, and it would be written in blood at a remote desert fortress. The last independent tribes, the Turkmen, made their stand at Göktepe. In 1881, the Russian army showed its true face. After a failed first attack, they returned with overwhelming force, stormed the walls, and slaughtered thousands, not just soldiers, but men, women, and children. It was a massacre designed to crush the very spirit of resistance. The Russian commander was so ashamed, he later tried to erase it from the official history. But the lesson was learned. Extreme violence is a tool for pacification. The conquest was complete. But this silent war was about to trigger a global crisis that brought the world to the brink. Russia's southern border now bumped directly into the British Empire in Afghanistan. In 1885, their troops clashed. For a few heart-stopping days, London and St. Petersburg were on the verge of a world war over a dusty oasis. Sound familiar? This is the great game, and it never ended. The borders Russia drew are the same borders that shape global politics today. The strategy of hybrid warfare, of creating frozen conflicts and using client states, this is the modern legacy of the silent conquest. So, the real question is, Where is this playbook being used right now? This isn't just history. It's a masterclass in strategy that explains the headlines you read today. If you want to understand the hidden patterns of global power, you have to understand this story. If this glimpse into the secret mechanics of empire changed your perspective, then you need to be part of this journey. Smash that like button because it tells YouTube this is the kind of deep, strategic content you want to see. Subscribe to Winds of Thought and turn on notifications because our next video will expose the real reason the Roman Empire fell and the shocking parallel to America today. The story continues, but only if you're here to see it.